In this video, I really want to help you overcome one of the most common sales objections, which is I need to speak to my partner. And before I give you the script, let me just remind you, the reason why we want to get good at handling objections is to change more lives and help more people. If people didn't need persuading, everyone would have a six-pack and everyone would be rich and we wouldn't have any problems in this world and everyone would be a bunch of action takers. But you and I both know that we procrastinate on things, even if they're really important to us. So when it comes to someone taking action on their goals, let's say with their fitness, even if they really want to do it and they have the money and they want to change, but maybe they're just a bit scared. And typically people's biggest concern is, what if I do this and it doesn't work for me? So something I would say to consider is, when you're handling objections, rather than seeing it as a way to sell someone, see it as a way to serve someone. Example, maybe one of your friends and family is scared to go on a date with someone. And their objection is what if they don't like me? What if they reject me? What if I get embarrassed? What would you say to them? Would you say, have a think about it and sleep on it or see how it goes? Or would you say, no, go for it? You regret the things you didn't do, not the things you did do. So I see objection handling, as long as it's a form of persuasion and not a form of manipulation, as a good thing. And for as long as you have a good mindset around sales, you'll become world class. And world class people at sales, people that get world class at sales, they never ever struggle for money. Their content gets better, their communication gets better, the way they speak on video gets better. Everything gets better when you get better at sales, and you will help more people and you will change more lives. So what do you say when someone says, I need to speak to my partner? Number one is, before you say anything, you have to take a minute, take a breath and think, does this feel genuine? Sometimes it is genuine. Sometimes genuinely, and I've done this before myself, people genuinely want to or need to speak to their partner. But a lot of the time it's not genuine. And people say, I need to speak to my partner. And really what they're saying is, I'm not sure if I want to do this. So if I blame it on my partner, you're not then going to ask me to take action, and I can go away and think about it and then message you later to say no. You've probably had that before. So here's what you do. You say, completely understand that you want your partner to be involved in this decision. Do you mind if I ask you a personal question? And by asking if you can ask a personal question, you're more likely to get a personal response. And they say yes. You say, what do you think your partner would say if after the call you sign up and you go back and speak to them and tell them that you've signed up to this program? What do you think your partner would say? And they typically say, oh, my partner would probably be proud of me, happy for me. They probably support me. You say, cool. So knowing that you think your partner would support you and be happy for you, how do you feel about the program? Is there something you want to do? And this is called a tie down. This ties them down to legitimately telling you how they feel. Because typically, if they say, my partner might say it's too expensive, or my partner might say it's too big of a commitment, that's usually their way of saying the things they're worried about. So what I would say is, if they say, yeah, I think my partner would be really supportive, you say, cool, how do you feel about the program? They're like, yeah, I really like it. And then you say, what do you like about the program? And then you get them to sell it back to you. For example, you say, what do you like about the program? Oh, I really like the accountability. How do you think that's going to help you? Oh, I really think it's going to help me stick to my goals because I always give up. Amazing. So knowing that it's going to help you with accountability, partner aside, metaphorically, take your partner out of this. What do you want to do? And now we get the real answer. How do you really feel? Oh, I really want to do it. Well, if they say to you, I really want to do it, you say this. How about this? Pay now. And again, use a commanding tone. You say, pay now, take the payment now, invest now. And then what we can do is, if you get off the call and you go back and speak to your partner and they're really pissed off, I can just give you a full refund. Is that fair enough? So I'll say that again. Pay now. And if you go back and tell your partner that you've invested in a program that's going to help you get fit and strong and they're really pissed off, I'll just give you a full refund. Is that fair enough? And based on their response, you can then either proceed and take the payment on the phone, which you should do, or you can then handle the objection slightly differently. So they might say, you know what, you're right, let's do it. That's the best case scenario. So well done. Worst case scenario, they say, oh, honestly, Dan, I'm just still not sure if I can do this. And you say, how about this? How would you feel if we booked a call for later today or tomorrow where me, you and your partner could jump on and they could ask me all of their questions and discuss their biggest concerns? Would you be against doing that? You don't say, would you be up for doing that? You say, would you be against doing that? And then most people say, no, that's cool. Let's book a call with my partner. Or I don't need to speak to my partner. You know what? Let's do it. Okay? That is how you handle it. There's a few different ways. There's a few additions, but generally speaking, that is the way to do it. Okay? And if you start thinking about this and understanding that selling is a form of serving and handling objections is a form of holding people accountable, not only will you help more people and change more lives, you'll make more money, you'll close more sales, and you'll build a bigger business. So you can feed your family and live the life you want. If you found this useful, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below. And if there's another sales objection that you're struggling with, comment that sales objection below and I can handle it in a future video.